You likely cannot wait for the next Horizon, right? Just like me. Well, after hearing what Janina Gavankar said during a livestream at the Star Wars Celebration, I'm even more hyped and I think you will be too. Yes, I think she said more than she likely could. Also, Guerrilla Games is gearing up for what looks like an announcement later this year as they look for someone to make a marketing campaign. And as we discussed in previous videos, they are likely working on a second game alongside Horizon 2 as well. And we got the first info on that. So let's get into it. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated and let's go. So I already planned a new Horizon Zero Dawn video because there's just a ton to discuss about the sequel, but it all got way more interesting yesterday during the Star Wars Celebration, where Janina Gavankar, who had a role in the Frozen Wilds expansion, where she played Tatai, one of the hunters that you encounter and fight alongside for multiple times in that DLC as well. Anyway, she also played Iden Versio in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign, and she encountered one of her fans who was cosplaying as that character during a live stream that she did on Twitch, where she was like showing the whole show floor. So at one point this fan is like, "Thank you for introducing me to Horizon Zero Dawn," and then things get crazy. The stream is a little bit laggy, but you can see the good parts.
Thank you for introducing me to Horizon Zero Dawn, because otherwise I never would have played that. So good. I read your review or saw you online and I was like, alright, I'll give this game a shot. Oh my god.
It's incredible.
I played it for like
Just
5
wait until
hours.
you see the sequel, you're gonna die.
Really?
I know some secrets, you're gonna die.
Oh. Give me one in the autograph line.
I will.
Alright. Bye.
Well, there we go. I mean, that the game was coming was already as good as confirmed. In a previous video, we talked about Glenn McIntosh, the animation director of the last 2 Jurassic World movies, visiting Guerrilla Games. And yes, that was very likely not to just chill and talk. No, it was very likely to share some tricks on how to make the robot dinosaurs in the next Horizon game even more believable. And I can go on with things that point towards this next game being in development. And I already had high expectations, of course, but it seems like we're going to die when we see the things that Guerrilla Games is working on. Bring it on. If there's one game that I can't wait to see, it's really the next Horizon. And we might already see the first trailer this year. We'll share some new interesting info in a second. I first wanted to quickly touch on Janina, her character, Tatai, who we again encountered in the Frozen Wilds expansion with this hunter group, and they actually wanted to leave the cut, the area from the DLC. Also because they left Ben-Yur, the sort of homeland for the Banuk tribe, because they did not like the current chieftain, who also murdered their friend. So maybe we'll finally go to Ben-Yur that we heard so much about in the original game, and maybe stand up to this chieftain. And that is also why Janina knows a lot about this sequel already, because she will maybe be a part of this quest for vengeance and help us get to the Banuk land. So in the Frozen Wilds, you can help the group get to the Sundom, and then you can actually find her and her 2 friends at the Day Tower over here on the map. So yes, they made it out alive, and again, I think they could totally play a role in this next game if we are going to visit Ben-Yur. And I totally think that that is in the cards. So really exciting stuff, but it does not stop there. Guerrilla Games also has job openings on their website. They're going to move into a massive new building in Amsterdam this year and are still growing in size. But now they are also looking for interns to help them out, and both of these job listings are very interesting. They are namely looking for a communication intern to assist in creation of social media content, including Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, okay. Content for internal channels like newsletters and intranet. Content for the Guerrilla Games website, brainstorming new ideas with the community team, and also helping assist PlayStation PR and marketing teams in their efforts. Wait, what? And they're also looking for a video editor intern that will do a range of content creation things for employer branding stuff, but also to support the community team with marketing communication campaigns. Okay, marketing campaigns, but for what game then? Where would they need a marketing campaign for? The only possible option is really the next Horizon, in my opinion. And if we look at the Twitter from Guerrilla Games right now, we only see them retweet awesome community creations, or that Horizon Zero Dawn is on sale again for only $17. Like, imagine buying the complete edition that of course has the Frozen Wilds DLC as well for only 17 bucks. That's a steal right there. And the game, by the way, sold 10 million copies to date. that was also announced a short while back. And that means that more than 1 out of the 10 people that own a PlayStation 4 have bought this game, and likely even more have played it, because you can of course buy it used at GameStop, share it on the PlayStation 4, or share it with a friend if you bought a physical copy. So that isn't even factored in. 10 million is really insane. Either way, my point is of course that the Twitter account and the other social media channels are pretty passive at this point, so something is going to change later this year. They are going to do marketing communication campaigns, something that again they're not doing right now. So I did some extra research and looked at the other moments that Guerrilla Games needed a video editing intern, and the results are pretty interesting. The first instance where I saw that Guerrilla Games was looking for a video production intern was in December 2015. So Horizon was just announced at E3 2015. What an awesome moment that was, by the way. And then in December of that year, they started looking for a video intern that will then likely begin in February of 2016. Because that is how internships in the Netherlands kind of go. You start in February till the end of August, and then you got another internship period from September till February. Well, you never guessed it, but in July 2016, Guerrilla Games put up another request for a video editor internship, also for marketing videos. So then the person from the previous job listing we discussed would stop, and then this new person would take over. And this would be from September 2016 to February 2017 likely, and Horizon Zero Dawn released at the end of February 2017. So I think we're seeing a trend here, that Guerrilla Games hires a video editing intern when a new game they are working on needs to get promoted, so it's likely not that far away from being released. Again, they started looking for the first video editing intern 1 year and a few months before the original Horizon came out, and then they hired another one until close to release. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not see any other requests for video editing interns like before that or after that. So also after Horizon was released, I did not see any video editing intern job listings. But now, more than 2 years after the game's release, they are looking for someone again. I find it very suspicious, and this likely implies that they have something to show during that September 2019 till February 2020 time frame. And during that time, it's totally not weird to expect a PlayStation 5 sort of teaser or reveal event alongside a trailer for this next Horizon game. We recently had Google show their cards at GDC, with them doing another presentation in the summer to talk about the games they have coming to their streaming service, and the price and the launch window will likely be announced there too. Microsoft will go big at this year's E3. They already teased that multiple times, and there was even a leaked email from Xbox boss Phil Spencer who confirmed that as well. So that's likely when they will talk about their next gen hardware and reveal some of the big projects. A new Fable game is rumored by Playground Games, the creators of the Forza series, who opened a second studio, by the way, for a Horizon type of game. And by the way, fun fact, Joe Mackernan, and I hope I pronounced it right, who used to work at Guerrilla Games, is now working at Playground Games on this likely open world RPG, you would think, right? Either way, my point is that Microsoft is going big, and I want to let everyone know why they should invest in the next Xbox or Xbox in general. I feel that Sony can't just sit back and let Microsoft dominate the conversation for months and months after E3. They have to fight back, so they will likely do that with a PlayStation 5 reveal. And I can't think of a better way to showcase the new hardware than the next Horizon game that will likely look stunning on this new hardware. I mean, I started up Horizon again for this video, and it looks still incredible today, so imagine this next game. I think we're going to die. So yes, exciting times are ahead, and it's not really weird that they will finally reveal something. Horizon Zero Dawn is now 2 years old, even more. So later this year it will be almost 3 years, so it's time for the reveal. But Guerrilla Games is also preparing something else in the background. They are very likely working on 2 games at the moment, and this could very well be a new Killzone or a new IP. Let's take a look at another job listing, where we see that they need a Java developer to support our game tech team with a project for an unannounced title. So what will this person do? You will build a robust backend that can scale up to serve many concurrent users. You will work on systems like matchmaking, tournaments, clans and leaderboards. So it's very safe to say that it's a multiplayer game, likely a competitive one that Guerrilla Games is also working on alongside Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Simon LaRouche also tweeted this one out, someone who worked at Ubisoft for a while on games like Watch Dogs 2 and Rainbow Six Siege, and who is now since February 2018 working as a game director on this secret game. Well, I think we now know that it's a multiplayer game, as we kind of already expected. He worked on Killzone 2 before as well, by the way, so I totally think that this is either a new multiplayer-focused Killzone game or a brand new IP. Back in July 2018, Herman Hulst, the managing director at Guerrilla Games, noted that they wanted to release a new game every 2 to 3 years, and that this could either be games based on their existing titles or a brand new IP. So again, it could be Killzone or a brand new IP, but I would not be surprised if it was like an Apex Legends style of game. So that the game is set in the Killzone universe, but not called Killzone, where Apex Legends is of course set in the Titanfall universe. You will build a robust backend that can scale up to serve many concurrent users. Kinda sounds like a battle royale to me, of course many concurrent users, 100 people in one map or maybe a little less. But when scrolling through the Twitter from Simon, I think that maybe a more co-op style game, team-based shooter is way more likely. He for example said that he got into one battle royale game and that was Tetris 99. While he did tweet a lot about games like Anthem and The Division 2. You would think that if he was making a battle royale game that he would at least then play more of them or like them in the first place. So that is very interesting stuff indeed. Sean Layden, the big boss at PlayStation, also recently said that the world has enough battle royale games, so why make one of them then, right? Your theories are of course more than welcome in the comments down below, but I don't think that we will hear from this one for a while. Again, they likely started 1 year ago, but if the PlayStation 5 releases at the end of 2020, that seems to be the case, then I can totally see this being a multiplayer launch exclusive for that system. So not long now till we finally see Horizon Zero Dawn 2, maybe PlayStation Experience at the end of 2019, or maybe even sooner if Microsoft is really going to blow everyone out of their seats at this year's E3. It's going to be very awesome and interesting for sure, and I will of course be covering everything Horizon and PlayStation 5 here on the channel, so totally subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date on that. I really like it when we get some cool Horizon Zero Dawn sort of teasers, info and stuff like that. This was kinda crazy with Janina helping out there. So of course, if we have more news, I will let you know here. So like the video to support the channel, check out my recent video on the next Assassin's Creed that has been leaked, or if you are planning to change your PlayStation Network name, totally check my everything you need to know about video. For now, I will speak to you next time and goodbye.